It is.
No, that people can see my face.
I get the radio face.
There you go. Me too.
Oh, is it a blue point? All right.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our fourth installment of the HoBcast here at Palm Harbor House of Beer. We are joined today with our friends Dan and Bobby from Shipyard Brewing. We're doing the Beer Olympics today, so they got some beer for us and got some prizes for you there. So let's get started. Dan, if you introduce yourself to the world there on Facebook. And
I'm Dan Bolduck. I'm with Shipyard and Sea Dog Brewing. I'm the district manager for South Florida. Yeah, Shipyard and Sea Dog, two separate breweries, but we kind of combine them with all of our.
So, and Bobby?
I'm the head brewer for the state of Florida. I run the 20 Barrel Brew House that's here in Clearwater, Florida, actually. Right now we distribute all the draft for the state of Florida, and we actually just picked up a small bottling line that will be here Monday.
All right, very good. And how much production on that?
It's a very small micro bottler, so it does 45 bottles a minute.
Okay.
So pretty much 2 cases almost every minute.
More than I can drink a minute. So
yeah.
It's a good ratio. So very good. All right, and we got some beer with us today that we brought in for the event, and we've got this one here in front of us. Bobby, if you want to tell us about it. This is the
this wonderful beer. So what we have in front of us is one of our Sea Dog Brewer's Choice. This is a caramel coffee cream porter. So what makes it a cream porter is that we use lactose, which is a milk sugar, which is unfermentable. It brings a nice sugary taste to the beer, also creams it out, just like you would use creamer in your coffee. We also use a touch of caramel to sweeten it up a little bit, and then we used 100 pounds of fresh Italian roast coffee beans, which we cold infused for 2 days. And I believe this beer is about 6%, and it actually has about half the amount of caffeine as a cup of coffee would.
Very good. So it's not overwhelming.
Not overwhelming. It's not going to make your heart pump out of your chest if you drink a bunch of them.
Yeah, indeed. All right. Well, cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah, got to clink it.
Oh yeah. We got to do this right. This is high quality. Again, very professional here. Everybody should know this by now if they've watched any of the other ones. But so, how long have you been with the company, Dan?
I've been with the company for about 4.5 years.
Okay. And how did that come to fruition?
I started up in Maine, where we're based out of. That's where I'm from.
Okay.
I worked there, started out there, and then Florida. I've been in
Right.
just over 3.
It was in the Keys, right? Is that did you go right?
Came to Clearwater first, and down to living 2 years.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah, it was tough. Somebody had to do it.
Of course.
So we had a lot of growth down in the Keys. We're still doing the band West of Lauderdale. Give us the opportunity to expand a little bit, more reps, sell the beer.
Very good. I know you've been back here for how long now?
I've only been back up here since.
Yeah, it hasn't been that long.
Yeah.
A couple months. So
Yep.
Cool. Very good. So, and Bobby, how did you get into this?
Well, I actually just was in the right place at the right time, unfortunately. I don't have a really cool story. I actually knew a guy that was friends with Fred. Kind of an inside joke because everybody's friends with Fred.
Indeed. Nice guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's a super nice guy.
He knows everybody.
Everybody knows him.
So he gave me an opportunity. I moved to Maine. I trained in Bangor, Maine for about 6 months. After my quote training was done, Fred actually bought property here in Florida, and that's when I was sent back to Florida. Thank you, Fred, for that. Maine is so cold. And then since then, we've built 2 restaurants in the brewery, and we're building our 3rd restaurant right now. So bunch of different projects, and we just
Can you say where that is? Or
Yeah, it's in Treasure Island.
Okay.
I think we're scheduled for May.
Yep.
To open in May for Treasure Island. It's going to be a Sea Dog. We're going to have five barrel. It's going to have a wholesaler area, and it'll have 5-barrel fermenters in there. So it'll be live fermenting. We're going to do some pretty cool cask conditioning there, and all types of pretty cool stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah, pretty pumped.
That's in May. That's
May.
Okay.
May's we're shooting for May.
You never know. No, there's
tomorrow.
yes. Well, if you could just do it, it would be fine. But there's a lot more people involved.
Yeah.
So
red tape here and there.
very good. So, Beer Week's fast approaching. Would you guys got anything lined up for that? I mean,
yeah, we have a couple events scheduled, but we also have our annual party as every year.
Yep.
They moved it from Waterbeach. They're doing that again this year.
Awesome. Very
So,
good.
you're looking at about 60 people. Bar to bar. It's gonna be a long night, but it'll be fun.
Do you know the date on that exactly? The 8th. Yeah.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Beer Week's the first week of March, Tampa Bay Beer Week, and everybody kind of works together. And I mean, everybody's been really good about it. I mean, all the distributors and the breweries get together, and it is a friendly business. We've gone over this before. I mean, there's not too many people that do this that don't get along.
Right.
I mean,
that's what it's all about.
How can you not? It's a happy world we live in.
Yeah. And I do know that there'll be some collaboration.
Yeah. Yeah. And for those who don't know, where is the brew pub here? Because just to let everybody know where it is, the address.
We are Enterprise in 19, I guess, on the south side, which is the west side. Mm-hmm. Of the road. We're pretty much a quarter mile south of the Countryside Mall, in the same complex as Cody's Roadhouse.
Yeah.
So we have a small tasting room in the back. And then, like I said, we have the 20-barrel brew house, which is there. And then, like you were talking about Tampa Bay Beer Week, we're actually on the 9th. We're doing a brewer's collection, which every brewer at our facility made 2 recipes that'll be released specially for that day.
Awesome.
For Tampa Bay Beer Week. So I think we're going to have a total of 12 new brews just for that day.
Okay.
Yeah. So it'll be only limited to the tap room because they're all small batch, but some pretty cool stuff coming out.
What did you put together? Are you waiting to surprise everybody?
No, I don't know if it's been listed yet, but I actually brewed a orange strawberry mimosa blonde ale.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Wild.
Yeah, that's all over the place.
Yeah, so it's so far so good. We'll see how it ends up. And then we also made a what flavor? A peach lemon Bellini blonde ale. So some pretty cool flavors coming in, and we're kind of what makes it Bellini or different than just a regular blonde ale. We're using champagne yeast to really dry it out, and then we'll add back some little sugars and stuff to it to try to get that like essence of that dryness of champagne. So it should be pretty nice.
Okay. And what time does that start on the
3 o'clock? Everything will be released.
Okay.
Yep.
So, no, we spread the love. We like to let everybody know what you guys are doing. You're helping us out with today, and so the Beer Olympics. I don't know what you want to do next. She'll surprise us.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what we like. We like surprises.
I'll just have a beer, please.
Yeah. Next. So we get some good beers on tap for tonight.
Yep. We've got what did we get? Blood orange, or I'm sorry.
We have the Sea Dog Sunfish.
Sunfish. That's what I meant to say. Sorry.
Sea Dog Blueberry. The one we're drinking right
now. Yes.
Morning.
Monkey Fist, yeah, and then the Special Olympic beer, yes, which is what everyone will be drinking this evening.
That'll be fun
for the Olympics. So, you want this trophy? You got to show up. You got to do this. So,
it's gonna be a fun night.
It's
just reading over us.
Yeah, we got the games here. Yeah, it's a couple things. It's usually top secret, but if you're watching this, and get the inside scoop. Got a round ball, like a basketball kind of game. Nanner Bomb, which you gotta see it to believe it. You'll I can't even describe it now. Hula Chug, drink delivery, and Bill Jerome's ball blow. So we'll explain it. The judge for that game will explain who Bill Jerome is. Just ask him when you show up. He will be happy to tell you. He won't be, but
Be interesting.
so. All right, let's see what she brought us next. I'm not sure, but I'm sure Bobby will know.
Oh yeah. So this is our Shipyard Monkey Fist IPA. It's our West Coast style IPA. It has Warrior and Cascade hops. I believe it comes in right at 70 IBUs now with the center. Yep, and it's 6.7%, I believe. 6.9.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't remember all like 6 trillion beers
No, it's
percentages
crazy.
anymore.
It's
Like 55
I
beers.
texted him like 3 times yesterday. Like, what's the ABV on this? And what's the ABV on this?
And that took me about 3 years to master all the.
yeah,
And I still get them mixed up sometimes. But
Oh yeah, I mean they're all so close, but
you're a percentage point different. I mean,
yeah, it could be yeah. And for this beer, at 6.9, it does pack a little bit of a punch, but it's balanced.
yeah. Oh
So
no, it doesn't
sit heavy. on
taste
your palate.
boozy. It doesn't. Yeah, no, it's a good solid IPA. People like it. The way we carry it.
Yep.
So,
Cheers.
cheers, gentlemen. Again. Just we get drunker as this goes on, and then it turns into
figured.
this gibberish shit.
When Bobby and I were drinking a beer last night, we were kind of figuring out what we signed ourselves up for today. And
Right. Yeah. Well, nobody knows. It's the magical mystery tour.
I believe we have seven hop additions in the actual boil process. So we have seven different additions, and then we also dry hop this beer 1.5 pounds per barrel, and we dry hop it for 3 to 4 days. So which gives it a nice aroma. The Cascade hops gives it that nice like floral and grapefruity aroma to it. So it works out pretty nice.
Very good.
this particular beer kind of died off a little bit for us up with some of our other releases, but we're starting to bring it back. You'll find it around some of the other bars, but this is actually the #1 selling IPA in the Keys.
Very good.
Right now, they're doing about 1,200 cases equivalent
That's
of this.
solid. Yeah.
And that's
Very
just the Keys.
Yeah.
So we hope to get it in a lot more bars up here.
Yeah. Well, if anybody wants to try it, it's here.
Yeah,
right
we have it on tap.
Come get it.
Come get
So,
it.
how many barrel system do you have down there?
It's a 20 barrel.
20 barrel.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, yeah, actually with the Monkey Fist, because it's got such a high alcohol level, we have to cut it back, so we can only make 16 barrels of it at a time.
Right.
Just because of the alcohol percentage.
Yeah, I got it.
Right.
Yeah, explain that to people how that works, 'cause that most people don't know. I mean,
So pretty much your alcohol comes from the grain. How much grain you put in pretty much gives you more alcohol. How that is the grain produces sugars. The sugars is the food for the yeast. The more sugars you have in your solution, the more the yeast eat, the more alcohol you have. I think is the most simplest way to...
yeah, no, that's perfect for the layman. That's what they
Yeah.
like to hear. I mean, I get it. I've done this. It's nice to hear from somebody besides me. You explained it so much more eloquently than I. So,
This is
very
my
good.
second day, by the way.
So, how is the since Cody's moved up? I mean, how's that working out? I mean, it's always looks is busy in there. I mean,
Cody says very, very well. The partnership is, it's working together. It took a minute to marry, but that's two totally separate concepts. But I feel like we finally got it all nailed down. We actually used Cody's kitchen to bring food over to the tap room, which
Right.
their food is fantastic. And like you said, Cody's just brings in its own crowd. So
yeah,
hopefully,
especially that one. That one was there for. I mean, I don't even know.
since I was a
Before they
kid.
moved up. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
no, that's
got
good.
its own
I thought it was a great idea. I mean, it seems to be working too. So I
Great
was
way
wondering
also
on your
to
end.
introduce our beer.
You're right. Yeah, it's a new demographic completely, pretty much, because they're going to Cody's no matter what.
Right.
Now they have. So, do you think there'll be more things like that going on in the future? I know you guys are open.
I think this is kind of
yeah.
I think it's just it.
Okay,
It was a timing brewery. Restaurant right next door to us. Their building was falling apart.
Right.
Just everything kind of lined up.
Right.
Just because we do have our own. This is a one-time. So
all right.
If you haven't been to it,
check it out. Oh, we're gonna go. That's one of the grand prize for the Beer Olympics tonight. The team that wins, we're going down there, and you're gonna get a brewery tour and beer and food. We will probably sell tickets to that. I'm gonna rent a party bus, and then if you don't win, you gotta pay. But if you win, you
gotta pay to play.
If you win, you're in.
It'll be a fun day. Bobby will have some. For those of you that haven't been to the brewery, we have 15 taps. We only usually have one.
Yep.
Bobby and the team make. And you can usually only get them right there. We do choose, a couple throughout the year.
Yeah.
You're able to.
How often do you do the Brewer's Choice? I mean, doing.
Right now, we're doing one a month.
One a month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Selling really good. We might be able
to carry about.
But it is on a limit.
All right. You know what's coming next, or?
Well, right now we actually have a double Belgium out. It's called Chillax. We infused it with a relaxing tea blend. What makes it relaxing is the lavender and the chamomile. Those have sleepy time qualities to it, if you will. But the beer, I believe, clocked in at like 7.5%. So a little bit of chamomile, a little bit of booze, it works. But
I like it.
I mean, it really infused, really, really nice. But it, you got to kind of like that tea, eccentric aroma and all that to like it. But I think it came out really, really nice. And spring, which is around the corner, 2 weeks from now.
Yeah,
Jesus,
horrifying.
Yeah, we're actually going to do an IPL. If you know, Shipyard we don't do lagers. Not that we can't, we just typically don't. We're actually going to do an IPL. And then I know it's going to be, the hops are Citra, Mosaic, and Galaxy. So it should be top notch. Yeah. So.
How's it been getting hops lately? Are you getting killed on that, or?
Well, I know a lot of people are hurt in the hop department. Not gonna lie, it's nice to work for a big national brand.
Yeah,
I don't have hop shortages because we buy them by the field, which is fantastic.
To be able to say that, we buy it by the field.
Yeah. I'm gonna boast a little bit here.
It does help, absolutely.
I don't go out searching for them and have to buy them off secondary. I literally just pick up the phone, and they show up at my doorstep.
Oh, there's people out there weeping right
now.
Yeah,
sorry guys.
Yeah,
I got Citra for days.
Indeed.
No, it is an issue though.
It is.
It is an issue.
Yeah, it's crazy. Now this climate isn't ideal for doing that. I mean, there are some strains that'll grow.
Yeah, I believe the University of Florida is actually working on that right now. You got a big grant to do it. If you know anything about agriculture in the state of Florida, that the citrus is dying. All the citrus should be gone in the next 10 years out of Florida, which is really, really sad. Yeah. But we need another cash crop, so they're trying to develop something, and hops was the next idea. I know that they are using Cascade, and it is growing, but they want more varietals than that. This Cascade's pretty prominent already.
Right.
So, but you're seeing other states really pick up. Michigan and New York are really picking up in the hop industry big time. So I think you're going to start seeing a couple more years it not be so tough anymore, just because you got all these other guys that believe they were doing wine, but now they're switching over to the hops.
Yeah, I mean, where I grew up in Western New York, Rochester, New York area, and a lot of wineries and stuff, but I've got a couple of friends that have some property, and they're like, oh, yeah, we want to do this. And so I'm like, open a hop farm. Make a hop farm. You have enough land. The first year, you're not going to, you ain't
going to see anything.
You're not going to do anything.
Yeah.
But, after that, you might be able to. there's something to be said about that.
There's demand.
Yeah, there is huge demand. I mean, there's so many places popping up now. I mean, here especially.
For that same home.
Yeah, everybody's fighting over it.
Well, the really cool thing is now that this whole industry is taking off, and we need these hops and all this stuff. But not only is craft brewers doing what they do and making all these new innovative stuff. Same with the hop guys. They don't want to make hops that are from 1940. They're cross blending and hybrid stuff, and really cool hop stuff is coming out as well, which have really unique flavors. So it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, a lot more. You having a beer coming here any minute, but
that's why I gotta
see what we
pull beer.
Adam, you got anything you want to ask? Oh, dead mic. Adam is fixing his mic as we speak.
Oh, okay.
So.
Well,
okay. All right. We'll come back to Adam here in a minute.
Sorry.
So.
Well, I guess we can talk about the brewery a little bit. I mean, as far as how Shipyard formed and.
Well, absolutely, please, because we had dead air. Cause I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
I just this. This is just.
We'll roll with it. It's because we don't have a beer. We don't know what to do without a beer.
I know. I agree. I'm in trouble here.
It's like Ron Burgundy.
Yeah. Julian from Trailer Park Boys.
I love Scotch. Scotch.
So anyway, how did the brewery start?
Well, Shipyard started up in Maine. For those of you that don't know, it started. Kennebunk, Maine, as Fed Jack's. It's a restaurant. Fred opened there. Fed Jack's is a 7-barrel system, small system. There they expanded and opened in Portland, Maine. Now, Shipyard Brewery in Portland, Maine is 300.
What year was that?
That was in Fed Jack's was in 1992.
Okay.
And then in 1994 is when Shipyard was born. Okay. Yeah. Fed Jack's is still there today. Still a bustling business, year round, surprisingly, because it is a seasonal town.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've had Mug Club members since. Still there. So.
Yep, that's a beautiful thing.
It's a popular place to go. If you ever get a chance to go up to Maine to check out Fed Jack. And then the brewery in Portland. And then we have Sea Dog Brewing, which people always ask that question. What's the relationship with Shipyard and Sea Dog?
Yeah, that's something I don't think most people know.
Yeah, and you don't see really in Florida. Florida's the only place that we really do the dual branding because of the brewery that we have down the road is where all the Shipyard and Sea Dog draft is made for the state for us, which gives us that local vibe. And we do the dual branding because both brands out of Shipyard and Sea Dog are two separate breweries. However, they are owned by the same family. It is a family-owned company. There's a couple other companies that are in that mix, not just the brewery. But so yeah, that's why we do the branding. It makes sense.
When did this place open? When did you guys open in Florida?
It's been what, 3.5 years?
3.5 years. Yeah.
Brewery opened 2014, and then that property opened in 2012.
Okay.
So
we've been around for a couple of years now. With Bobby and his team doing all the draft beer out of there, it definitely helps keep it fresh. We're still getting our bottles and cans are coming down from Maine, but like Bobby said, we just got a bottling line, so that'll help us do some of Bobby's one-off beer. Special.
Now, we're some package places that carry your product.
Yeah,
we carry it here. Yep. Like almost all the time.
Yeah,
something.
You guys always have something.
Yeah,
but for package places, ABC, Total Wine, Publix, Winn-Dixie, they all carry. Publix carries the berry.
Yeah, that's probably
our new Blood of Orange. Carry the beer, the export. Still available at Total Wine and your independents, Lucan's. Lucan's is a big.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good
So,
for everybody. Lipton's is awesome people.
Take care of everybody, and it's a family business.
Yeah. Local.
Yep.
Good times.
For them, they support us.
Here comes Kat with a beer.
We have a beer.
She knew we needed. She knew we were at a loss.
Over here, it's like dead
we're like, oh, what do we talk about?
I'm watching this.
Thank you, Kat.
What's the chances I can get another one of these 50-50s?
What is the mix you got there?
So I actually blend the Monkey Fist and the Sunfish together. Not that I don't like IPAs because that's my jam, but
Right.
The Sunfish has a very nice grapefruit and an essence of peach in it, which I think actually helps bring out the hops in the IPA. I mean, obviously it cuts the bitterness back a little bit, but I think it makes it a little bit more enjoyable for Florida heat.
Yeah.
If you will, and sometimes, you just can't drink 7% beers all night. Cut it back a little bit.
I need to listen to your advice there.
I said sometimes.
Yeah.
50-50.
I attempted. But
If you're in an air conditioned,
yes.
like Bobby was saying, if you're outside,
You're right.
you're
Yeah, it wears on.
Let's go with something a little.
It wears on. Hopefully, beer weeks like this, with all the festivals, would be perfect. But the last when we did the Summer Olympics, we do it in July. Brutal.
I bet.
This is beautiful. Everybody should be. Yeah,
everybody should be. Not planning on coming. No.
It'll be fun. Even if you're not going to participate, just come to watch.
Come watch.
I assure you'll be amused. It's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So
Cheers,
what do we
guys.
got here?
Oh, cheers again. Yep. Every time. I'm gonna guess that's the Sunfish.
That would be Sunfish.
Yeah. So
Sure.
I think Sunfish is, to me, and has been a nice growing brand for us. It's phenomenal. It fits Florida perfectly for anybody. I know people kind of especially males get turned off by a fruit beer, but I mean it just has a touch of citrus, a touch of peach. I mean I don't call it, girly beer or fruit beer. It's boat beer.
I mean,
It's a boat beer.
It's a boat beer.
Yeah.
It's 4.8%, 12 IBUs. I mean, you can literally, breakfast. Not that we, promote drinking at breakfast, but if you did,
We do.
Everybody watching this should be a grown up. We have a 21-year-old and up cut off on our Facebook page, so there should be no problems. If you want to drink for breakfast, go for it. I don't recommend liquor ball sandwiches. But I don't know if you know what those are, but I'll explain.
yeah, please do.
It's just basically bread with vodka poured on it, and then you just It's from Trailer Park Boys. One of my favorite
Jesus.
shows. Jimmy Leahy.
Yeah.
Oh, I know Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah, dude.
Hilarious,
Brilliant.
by the way.
Feel good about yourself.
If you haven't seen it, watch it.
Feeling down in blue.
That's right. Yes. So.
Well, this Sunfish does really well for us. This is a year-round product. Florida.
Sorry about it.
Sorry about your luck, guys. But,
Sorry, not sorry.
we sell enough of it here
Sorry,
to.
that's right. You can see why it's nice. It's perfect for the climate. It's light, flavorful. It's like, and the fruit flavors are subtle. It's not. It's not like some of the other ones. It's not like framboise or something.
No,
like so sweet, you bite your teeth out. But no. But yeah, definitely. We carry this in regular rotation. When you're in, give it a shot.
Also available at all those stores and independent. Actually, $5.99.
Oh, yeah. Already heard that.
$5.99.
Get your Lucas.
You guys don't even give it to me for that cheap.
No.
You pay $9 6 pack.
What's that? I'll repeat it. Yeah, we mentioned it once.
We touched
got
on it. Yeah, we touched on this on our event that we're going to have at the brewery. guys are doing the brewery, which we just
Right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought.
Oh, okay. We don't have any collaborations set. We don't have we sit back and watch.
Not that we don't like or play nice. I mean, we just are. Our facility, we've been open, like I said, since 2014. And I think we've done an expansion every 6 months since then.
That's amazing.
Seriously.
That's amazing.
His time in the brewery.
Yeah. We want to play around and do collaborations, and I think that we could do some really cool stuff, but unfortunately, you just got to make sure the beer, you got to get the beer out there first.
Get the cores out.
Exactly.
So. How many people you got brewing with you?
I got 4 guys now, including myself. So we got a team of 5. I know that doesn't sound like much, but
it's not for what you're doing.
No, it's crazy what we can do with that amount of guys. I got a really good crew right now, thankfully. Without them, I'd be up Schitt's Creek for sure. So shout out to the Brewers back in Clearwater.
Yeah, indeed. Cheers to you guys. So all right. So, you're gonna judge a game tonight, man? You're gonna be a judge?
I was looking at the list. I don't know which one.
Okay.
What was the one?
The hula chug.
I think that one would be funny.
Yeah. Oh, it'll be
that
fun.
one. I think is gonna be.
Stand back a couple feet though. It's gonna be messy.
Yeah.
This is just Oh, you'll love this. It's so much fun. Ridiculous.
I don't know what was the one on the back page. It's like blow your balls or something.
Bill Jerome's blow ball. That one you'll have to see that one. But that's how one's already called. That's that one. The only reason that's the only game we've ever brought back for 2 consecutive Olympics.
Okay.
It's because the guy that judged it last time was like, I'll be a judge again, but it has to be that game. That's it. That's all I'm doing. So I'm like, all right, you got it.
Yep.
It's the only one we brought back consecutively. The other ones are all new. So.
Forward to it. Weather's fine.
Yeah,
the rain's done, so it's gonna be
we're
great.
good. It's gonna be fun. Good times.
I think we're almost.
Yes, that'd be the next one. It was brewed just for this event, folks. Bobby was nice enough to take time and equipment, brew us a beer.
We didn't forget about it.
Nothing happens easy in the beer business.
Absolutely not.
When you do a special, you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, no, there was some email threads floating around earlier in this week.
It
was pretty interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it ready? Is it going to be ready?
It's got to work out.
Yep.
Your brewer should not forget that he has to do that.
When I call Bobby and say, "Hey, Bobby, how's that beer coming?"
Yeah, it's
done. That's all that matters. We need details. Just need to know what's going to.
Oh yeah.
This distribution was confused. It was perfect. It was awesome.
But I knew it would work out.
Hey, we got it done.
Yeah.
It's here. It's in the building. We got lots of it.
Thanks to Great Bay.
Thank you, Great Bay.
They do a fine job.
A good job distributing our beer.
Yeah. Well, you guys have been with Great Bay since you came in the state, right?
No, we've actually only been with Great Bay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, never mind.
Just hitting 2 years.
I remember now.
Yeah.
Actually, February is 2 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, before that.
Yeah.
I think we've worked out all the kinks.
Right.
So we're just.
So are you planning on doing canning at all, or are you just doing bottles now? I know you guys do the pumpkin head in cans.
Yes. So actually, the brewery up north just got a 10 head wild goose canner. So you'll see more cans starting to come out. We will not do cans for the sheer fact of space. That's why we chose to go with the bottling
room to build out.
So let's just talk about the bottling line real quick. So the bottling line shows up Monday, and no one knows actually where it's going to go yet. So space is tight, and we'll, the boss said, you can get a bottling line. I said, great, buy it. He bought it, he shipped it. I'm like, oh man, where are we going to put this?
Yeah, I mean, how much space are we talking? Probably 30 feet long, 40?
There's no conveyors on it yet. The actual machine itself is actually a 4x7 footprint from Maheen. It's their micro bottler. It's 6 head, 45 bottles a minute with the integrated labeler. Again, that's why I went with bottles, because you can always use the same bottle, but just change the labels out. With cans, it's 1 can per brand.
Yes.
Unless you do labels, we're not really a big fan of labeling just the can, just because it just let's just call it looks cheap.
Well, when you throw in a cooler full of ice, the label will come off.
Right.
The bottles they actually stick to a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, we might lose 1 or 2, but thank you, Kat. Is this our Beer Olympic beer?
Yes, it is.
Oh, this is the one. This is the one for the night.
So that's pretty exciting, and hopefully, I think I'm not going to say that there's talks about actually going to a bigger spot, but possible.
All in good time.
Oh yeah,
you never know. Keep selling the beer, and
it's been very interesting. Another cool thing too about the brewery that we actually just opened up our lab, so we can actually do full analysis on all of our beers, checking for microbes, so any type of bacteria infection. All product going out is pretty much guaranteed now, because we test every batch that goes through. Yeah. A lot of other breweries don't have that capability yet, just because they cost a lot of money, a lot of personnel training. I tell you, my head hurts a little bit right now.
Right.
I mean, I went through a lot of training, and it's it's very interesting once you really get to that level, and really, to make sure your product's going out the same and
consistent.
Consistency is a big part of Shipyard, and that's what we pride ourselves in. And now that we're able to match everything with what we're doing in the rest of the year with no doubts at all.
Yeah,
I know is 110 beer exactly what's being done.
Right.
So if you have a beer in Portland, then you fly down, have water.
Because you have a nice water system.
Yes, another thing that most people don't know about, we do have a reverse osmosis system. It actually is big enough to produce 20,000 gallons of completely pure water, which is pretty good. So it's on demand. It does 27 gallons a minute, I believe, is what it breaks down to.
Wow.
But what we can do with that is actually add back all of our salts and minerals and this, that, and the other, and we can mimic any water profile in the world.
Yeah.
Me burping too much beer over here.
Right.
So that's really cool. The water chemistry is obviously very important. Beer's 96% water anyways. So,
right.
And, Flora's water is, the best. So
thank you. Hey, listen, it's a lot better than it used to be.
It's
not. Oh, I remember coming down here when I was younger. My grandparents lived down here my whole life, and I was like,
it's bad.
It couldn't even drink tap water. I mean, it smelled so strong. But
it's like,
it's better. It's better than it used to be, but it's still not good for brewing. Not like it is.
Right. But with that,
depending on the recipe, of course.
With that RO machine, like Bobby was saying, he's been able to do some great.
Yep, Munich. We did this year we did an Oktoberfest. We did a true Oktoberfest. So I actually went and dug up all the information from. I can't remember the name of they actually have like an institution of loggers in Germany. I mean, like, they're real serious over there.
Oh yeah, they are. Absolutely.
So, and I followed. They had it was literally to like ferment the beer that. There was like a 10-page manual of like everything you need to do just during fermentation. Anyway, so we followed that, and the beer came out. It came out like the real deal. So they do know what they're doing. I'll give them that. But geez, calm it down a little bit. It's just beer.
It's just beer.
So,
But
what about like yeast strains? Do you guys use specific stuff?
yes. Obviously, Shipyard is known. We have an iconic yeast strain called Ringwood. It's actually, our Ringwood is now pretty much a proprietary blend. It was by our original master brewer, Alan Pugsley, helped cultivate that Ringwood yeast again. Obviously, it came from the Ringwood Brewery and so on and so forth from England. It is actually a hybrid. So Ringwood isn't just one strand, it's multiple strands blended together. That's what gives it unique properties. It is an English-style yeast, so you are going to get a little bit of butteriness, butterscotchness to it. That's not saying that the beer is bad. It's just that's the style. We're an English-style brewery. We actually still brew to the old English way. We use open-top fermentation. We're all manual for the most part. We do have obviously new technology because guess what? It's 2017.
And it helps.
Yeah. The whole process. I mean, so but now we got a lot more precision instruments to make sure like this is what we're getting. But as far as everything else, it is all still done by hand. Okay. Our Ringwood yeast, which is it's true top crofting, meaning that it sits on top of the liquid, and we can actually pull all the fresh yeast cells off the top and then reuse it, which is very nice. A lot of breweries have to keep buying from yeast banks, which our strain's actually the original strain. It's 20 years old. Not saying that it's maybe changed a little bit, but it is our flavor. And it's what's really cool about it. It's very aggressive. You know, you can pump out beer from grain to glass in 8 days.
That's very fast. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, you need to. You've got demand. That's
it's nice when you have that. But we do play with other yeast strands. I did just do a Belgian. I call it George Washington's White Lie. Cherries came from Michigan. And I may or may not have like blended 3 different Belgian yeast strains together.
May or may not. Yes, indeed.
This isn't on TV, right?
It's a white lie. It's a white lie, Bobby.
So and it worked out really nice. So we do play with other yeast strands. We do blend other yeast strands. It could be bad or good.
Yeah.
So
it's mad science.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Sometimes you just get lucky, and sometimes you don't.
And you don't know if you don't try.
That's right.
Exactly.
Plan. So which one was that? George Washington?
George Washington's White Lie.
You have that at the tap house?
It's already gone.
It's already gone.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't get to try that one, but it sounds interesting.
Very nice. Like I said, it's 3 different Belgian yeast strands blended together, and it has 2% by volume cherries in it. So kind of like a feel of an Omegang, but it's about 4% less in alcohol percentage. It's like 6% instead of 10 or whatever they are at. So, but it's got that nice esters to it. You know, a little bit of clove, and then the cherries at the back end. So it's pretty nice.
Right. Okay. Very good. What was that beer fest?
That.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
Oh,
I heard it was cool. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure. It's a beer fest. It can't be bad. So here's what is there any beer out there? I've asked everybody this that you want to try that you haven't.
And
you don't. I mean, yeah. So that pretty much narrows it down. You've had all your brands, of course, but something obscure, weird. I mean,
I know which one I haven't had. I mean, besides, we're not talking about our brands right now, right? Just like something out. Yeah,
just one.
Yeah, Piney the Younger.
That's what I said. That was on the first podcast.
Yeah, I've never had it. Everyone, I mean, it's iconic. Anyway, it's Piney. Russian River.
Yeah, you got to go to the brewery though.
Yeah, to go.
Yeah. I would say Spotted Cow.
Spotted Cow.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a good one. New Glare.
A lot of people up in that area that come down to Florida. And that's all.
Oh, I've been asked for it.
I've had Spotted Cow. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried it. Rick got some when he went up there, brought it down for his house, and I'm like, Gabby, pretty good. But Pliny the Younger, totally. That's my number one. Like,
gotta try
forbidden fruit. I gotta try it sometime. But
Treehouse.
Oh my God! I didn't have. I was in Boston in July, and I was like trying to figure out how to get from the airport back and still make my flight to get there.
In Amherst.
Yeah.
Amherst.
Yeah.
It's an hour and 25 minutes from Boston Airport.
Yeah.
Just how it was.
Like
it was
right
a
in
thing.
Northampton area there.
Right.
Yeah.
That's definitely on my list.
I hear that, like, the brewery actually looks pretty cool too. You know, so I hear they're expanding.
I think they have to.
Yeah, I see them posted
We're
everywhere.
talking about it, and we can't get it.
Yeah, we can't get it. No, not yet.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. But
Right.
so these growlers you guys got, you
Yep.
sell those at the brew pub?
This one is actually from the Portland brewery.
Is it, okay.
These are only sold up in Maine currently.
They're half gallon.
Yep, they're half gallon,
Half gallon.
64 ounces. They don't look like 64 ounce, but
It doesn't.
it
looks-
is true to spec. I had to show a couple people that it was
Yeah.
because they didn't believe me. But
Oh, nobody believes glassware sizes.
Yeah.
Crazy.
and then, but we do have our growlers here in Clearwater. So
Okay.
we use the glass one.
Okay.
Yep.
Very good.
Grass, yep, and then
64 ounce.
64s.
It's supposed
Yep.
to be. Thank
Yep.
God that changed.
$9.99 fills on Thursday.
Nice.
Yep.
Very good.
Yeah,
Under
can't go
10
wrong.
Yeah, on all of them. We actually don't exclude any one-offs or anything, or by ABV. Not even. You know, we
I'm not
don't.
that brave, folks. I was like-
We don't because I make it so.
right.
Yeah.
We don't exclude anything, even if it's a keg that we literally just did a pilot on. We actually don't even exclude it. So, and you can't beat $9.99. I mean,
The app room hours.
Yep.
Can't go wrong.
Nice.
It's
No.
yeah, 3 to 6.
We don't do this 6
Right.
ounce.
Yeah.
350.
We believe in drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
We
know.
encourage it
No.
with food.
It's fine. Yeah, with food. Yeah, with food. With
Responsibly.
food. Yes. You drink responsibly.
Lots of
Disclaimer.
All right. So this is the Olympic beer that I just drank almost all of it while we were talking.
Hold on,
Yeah,
hold on.
that's all right.
Let's talk about that.
I don't even know if I've had it yet.
You tasted it, right?
Yeah, I tasted
You
a
had to make sure you
smidgen.
tasted
I
it
did.
before it came up here.
Just a smidge.
Sean and I tasted it.
It's exactly what I requested.
Exactly.
It's
yeah,
perfect. It's the
Yeah.
perfect beer games beer.
definitely.
So
Yeah, I think it came in at like 4.9 or something like that, right at 5%.
5.
Believe it or not, it's 45% wheat is in here. I mean, I can taste it. I'm sure you guys can too. But
Yeah.
the reason why we use wheat is I think it actually is like a thirst quencher almost, you know, like, and it gives it flavor without compromising the integrity of the beer. Like, we don't use any fillers like corn or rice or anything like that. So wheat,
Yeah.
why we went with that, and it's just easy to drink.
Yeah, it's very easy to drink.
The whole idea, we want to drink a lot real quick.
You're right. Yeah, it's the beer Olympics.
The request.
It's
Yeah.
the beer Olympics. Low ABV,
Yeah.
light
And-
taste.
and
It's
keep it
awesome.
low. And
Yeah.
No, it's exactly what we needed. So, all right, boys. I don't know if there's anything you want to add. I mean, we'll wrap it
I
up
think,
here.
I think we should just talk about.
Sure. Yeah, no,
if we
certainly.
can.
Yeah, of course.
Bobby's got
That's why you're here.
beers that
Oh yes, yes.
Right.
We hope, man.
are.
We hope.
We hope,
One
man.
of those, you don't know, but
We got two really cool beers coming out. One's called Fireberry. The other one's called Maui Mango. They're both wheat ales. Excuse
Okay.
me. But the cool thing about them is they're infused with tea blends from a company called Tiesa Tea in Chicago. They are great people, great people. We're just working right now to. The product is phenomenal. It really is. That's why it's where it's at right now. But because we're using actual organic raw materials, just like with any food, they break down quicker.
Right.
So we're just trying to work out the details to make sure that we get everyone the life expectancy that it needs to be in the market. So like we can keep it at the brew pub, no problem. It won't be an issue. You just gotta work it out. That's all. But I mean, I think Fireberry, which is my favorite, it consists of candied cranberries, hibiscus, marigolds, mate, which mate is a really cool. No, it's not new, but it's a nice herb or tea leaf that has this, like, it has caffeine in it, but it's like a different strand of caffeine, so it doesn't jolt you. It actually is like even kill. Okay. So it actually has all these antioxidants and all this stuff in it. The Maui Mango is what you probably think it's a mango-based tea blend, and it's just real refreshing. No artificial flavors or anything like that. So, I mean, it sounds weird, but it just works for some reason. It just works.
They started with an idea, and they said, "Hey, Bob."
So that'll be available in May.
We're hoping, yeah.
We're hoping.
The draft, we played with the draft last year, and the market in Florida did really well. The Fireberry has already been loaded into the stadium. It'll be available at our.
So I'll be able to get it here.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Cool. Awesome.
It's not our first batch. We've been testing it out in the market, and that's why it is where it is.
Okay.
Was the bill Clearwater and Portland?
Yeah.
Bobby sent it up to Maine, and it was the number one fill up there. So it says something.
I'm curious. I'm excited to see that.
Yeah.
Teas are weird. It's like my thing right now.
Yeah.
I'm health conscious, I swear. So I put tea in my beer.
Yeah, there we go. Antioxidants.
Yeah. Wherever I can get them.
Very good. So
that's what we have new coming out.
Awesome.
The Island Time IPA just hit the market.
Yep.
That's doing really well. That's a session IPA, only 4.5%. Real easy to drink. It's perfect for Florida. Again, it's one of those beers that is only available year-round in Florida. Sorry, the rest of the country, but it's it makes sense down here.
Right.
And we haven't done a session beer in a long time.
Yeah.
So
very good. So all right.
That's all we got.
Else? I think we're good to go. We can wrap it up. Well, I hope to see everybody out here.
Yeah, tonight.
Very soon. Well, not very
what time
soon.
we got?
Yeah, we got an hour and 20 minutes.
Yep.
So that's when the games begin. So
it'll be fun.
Let the games begin.
By then.
Let the games begin.
Let the games begin.
I'd like to see some cool windsuits. That'd be fun.
What's that?
The windsuits.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. No, it's gonna be epic. It always is.
We'll take some pictures for you if you're not able to make it.
If you want your team name on this trophy here, you better show up.
And the winner has to drink beer out of it, right?
Yes, I actually ran this through the dish machine yesterday.
Yes.
Because every time, this will hold beer. This will hold beer.
Good.
They have to drink beer out of it.
We'll make sure there's some left.
Yeah, well, there it is. So we should be okay. We stocked up. Bobby did a fine job with, got exactly what we needed. So.